As I said before, the most immediate and pressing problem facing many of our communities is violence in the streets, especially in the homes. Although homicides and violent crime continue to fall in Chicago for more than a decade, while they're rising in some other cities, I know that numbers don't provide much consolation if you lost a family member or a friend to violence or feel vulnerable to an awful grip. The problem is that the gangbangers and drug dealers are more ruthless than ever before, not only here, but throughout the country. They don't care who they have to cut down to further their own profits. So our children, our seniors, are too often the victims of brutality, whether on the street or in the homes. And that's why our police department has implemented new strategies to send more police officers to neighborhoods most at risk at gang and gun violence. It's why we continue to enhance student safety, dedicate more resources to school communities, engage young people in positive programs that give them an alternative to the streets, strengthen our support for neighborhoods most in need. And that is why we have undertaken a broader initiative to create a culture of calm in our schools, which is happening today. Why Chicago Police Department, in coordination with Chicago Public Schools and the Police Department, Chicago Transit Authority, has created safe passage corridors for 23 high schools in various parts of the city, which are working very well. In this effort, we partner with community and faith-based organizations to hire personnel who serve as community watchers who are doing a tremendous job in those communities. Our first priority remains to put more police officers on the street. Everyone knows that a greater ongoing police presence is important to the safety of all of our communities. And that's why in this budget we continue to address the most immediate pressing problem facing many of our communities, escalating violence. Based on our efficiency studies, already in the past year, we have transferred 212 officers from desk job to street duty. Further, based on our recent assessment of CAPS program, we will assign 111 additional officers from CAPS program to street patrol within the next week. We strongly believe this step will increase efficiency, ensure that the original goals and objectives of CAPS are met, and eliminate duplications of others. We have hired 314 officers in the past year and a half. Next year, I'm pleased to say we'll invest in and conduct 2 more police classes, which, depending on attrition, we believe will add 150 to 200 new officers to the force and to street duty. When we're taken together with the officers that we have already assigned to street duty, by next fall, we have added about 780 to 830 police officers to street duty in a 2-year period, a significant number. In addition, we are seeking vendors to compete in the right to administer a new entry-level police officer exam. Those are always controversial, we know that. Under our new budget, we will continue to invest in the strategies that already reduce violence in many communities, including the department's efforts to target officers to areas of greater need. We will roll out a reinvented CAPS program that will fully engage neighborhood volunteers. That is a major issue. We will continue to work in Springfield to enact stronger gun laws, protect our children by enforcing the curfew, help ex-offenders turn around their lives, continue to enhance our system of neighborhood safety cameras. We will take new steps to end gun trafficking, better coordinate our prevention efforts with our court system. In our everyday fight against gangs and drug thugs who terrorize all of our communities, use guns to intimidate and murder our residents and young people, we're using every tool we can. As I said many times before, ending the violence must be Chicago's crusade. Each of us has to do our part. Our parents, the community, our schools and churches, the police cannot do it alone. In the meantime, we must remain creative, deliver our commitment to better managing government, do more with less, keep our city as safe and secure as it can be. The steps I proposed in the 2011 budget do exactly that. Despite these very difficult economic times, we must continue working to end the tide of violence that engulfs some of our communities. Thank you.